What I like about painting is there's a kind of freedom and fluidity to it, and there's a sense of kind of working through the impossible. You can turn up one day with an idea and it will lead you somewhere else. It's elusive and tricky and almost instantly snuffs out possibilities. And that's the exciting bit about painting, is it's both really tough and yet kind of ridiculous and playful and silly, and that's kind of where I've ended up. I'm Toby Rainbird and I'm a painter. I mean, I really didn't know what to expect other than I would be doing teaching, that I would be learning more about my practice and having time to work on my practice. You have all these kind of very formal ideas of what the experience is, but what's nice is turning up and actually finding it out. And even just as something as simple as a change of scene really affects the way that you engage with your practice or the world. Having this kind of space within the university is a really grounding thing. It's nice to have a routine and just kind of work in one specific area. As much as it's part of the university, it's also its own contained unit, so it becomes a kind of cave of ideas. So I mean, what's been great about being in an art school and really developing my practice here is this sense of conversation. You're in an environment where people are working out and figuring out things. Part of the fellowship involves doing tutorials and crits with the students and really just kind of helping them along with their journey, even if that's just something practical like a direction in which they're looking in. And then inevitably I go down the rabbit hole and find something for myself. And that's where the exchange kind of comes from. You know, you're imparting knowledge, but you're also kind of, you're a bit like a boulder rolling, you're accumulating stuff as well. I always say to them to come in and have a nosy, because I generally think it's good for them to just kind of see what's going on. And it's quite nice because I think there's this idea of, you know, they've probably seen your work online or they've seen a finished painting that you've kind of put out and displayed. But it's nice for them to come in and just see that everything is a working process, and, you know, there's a surprise in that. Like, being here is to just, I guess, just act as a painter, do the thing that you do anyway, and hopefully someone can kind of take from whatever process you've got and feel comfortable in their kind of actions. Being willing to listen and being willing to engage with the conversations that are happening now. And, you know, I think it helps my practice because, you know, I've had this 10-year cycle of working through my own considerations and my own background of influences. And when you see someone who's maybe not got the weight of a few years under their belt of what they can and can't do, you know, everything that I've been taught or assumed to have been taught is, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't mess with the material in this particular way. The student does it and you go, oh, that's incredible. So in a way, it's given me a lot of more permission to basically just experiment, play, find out, and do the reckless thing. I think what's good about the university is it hasn't got a house style. It's all about trying to figure out what your voice is, what your concerns are, and I think my mentor has been quite good at telling me to be more open, really, to different possibilities in practice, and also just to approach things on a personal level. What's great about the position of the mentor is it's giving you skills to basically teach, but also there's a formal exercise in trying to work through what you're doing with your practice. So there's the kind of dual role that the mentor has, and the staff here in general. They're like the students, they're very curious to see what you're doing. And I mean, what's so great about university, which you kind of forget when you leave, is critical feedback. And so it's been really good to have someone who's worked in arts education for so long and is also a practicing artist, to have a kind of conversation. You know, talking about students and their process, it's like as much as I'm kind of a lot of the time figuring things out as I go, I think everyone is in different degrees. If you could look at everyone's different practice, the unifying thing is there's going to be a point in the painting or making a painting where you have absolutely no idea what the next move is. I think that one's good. for now. I think the key for me is constantly keeping this kind of freshness to my practice and willingness to be involved in stuff or help facilitate. For me, I kind of want to do as much as I can do for the students or down here in Brighton and kind of leave really on a good note, and you know, the next year will be a different fellow, and if they can kind of pick up whatever I've left and that can be useful to them, there is a strange dialogue between us. I kind of believe that wherever you're involved as an artist, you kind of take that with you. And before you realise it, you're connected with this network of different creatives who are all got each other's back. It's a tough life being an artist, but it's nice to know that you're a part of a larger thing that's not just about you.